Why are Gen Z men struggling to find long-term relationships? Now, as a Gen Z man myself, my last long-term relationship ended about 2 years ago. And, I of course have had talking stages since then, but they've all, of course, fizzled out. I've had like situationships or whatever you want to call them. But they never end up going anywhere because I always find something is like kind of off about the girl. Or I just find that they're like immature in some way or, whatever the fuck. And I just end up thinking, I'm like, oh, dude, my wife wouldn't do that shit. Like, I'm not about to put up with this. But yeah, this is not about me. We're talking about Gen Z men and why they are struggling to find long-term relationships. Now, firstly, the economy. Dating is fucking expensive. These girls, dude, I matched with this girl on Hinge. These girls, they want the first time you see them to be a steak dinner date. They want you to take them out on fucking straight to Texas Roadhouse. I'm like, bitch, can we go to coffee or something? Can we, like go for a walk in the park? Like, a lot of these girls just want foodie, dates. They want you to just buy them a meal. And I'm like, no, like, let's actually get to know each other in person before I start spending a lot of money on you. Like, dude, I don't know. I feel like it's like a respect thing, like I shouldn't have to take you out to some super expensive restaurant just to talk to you in person. I don't know. They think it's like cheap or something. That's just like buying a car and you don't even know like any of like the specs of it. You don't know like how fast it goes. You don't know what's like the mileage like. Like, why would you wouldn't do that? So, I mean, obviously, cars and girls are different, but it's just, I felt like that analogy works. I don't know. People are fucking broke, dude. Like, jobs aren't hiring. AI is kind of sweeping the market right now in terms of like just getting rid of jobs. Jobs that used to be filled by people, but now AI is doing those jobs. So now it's harder to actually, make money and get a stable career with the rise of like AI and shit like that. And we have our student loans, car payment, rent sky fucking high, and then you try to add in dating. Like, what are we doing? We're gonna have to. And it's insane. Like, even the restaurants that aren't even that nice are charging you an arm and a leg. Like, I went to Chili's with one of my friends, and we were just having like an outing, just eating lunch, and I got one entree, and we split the appetizer. The entree I think my entree was $18, and I think the appetizer was probably about like $11 or something like that. So us splitting that, my total would have probably came around like $26. Obviously, you leave a tip, so maybe $5 or something. Dude, my fucking bill at the end of it was $41. Damn near, I think it was damn near $50. So like, even like low tier restaurants like Chili's, no shade towards Chili's, because Chili's, I love me a good triple dipper, right? But low tier fucking, you're going in and you're going out restaurants like Chili's are fucking charge you an arm and a leg now. I cannot imagine what like Texas Roadhouse is charging like for like a big meal. These girls, they like to fucking buy the most expensive thing on the menu because they're like, oh yeah, he's gonna pay for everything. It's just inconsiderate. Like a lot of guys are just like, man, we would rather just save our money because it's hard out here, one. And like the entitlement is a turnoff. Like we're tired of that. Oh, you need to do this. We deserve princess treatment. Like on the first date, like, bitch, can I like get to know you first? Like, you have to earn that. Like, I don't know why these girls want to be treated like a wife before showing off any like wife qualities. Like, I feel like, oh, your wife isn't gonna make you break the fucking bank on your first time taking her out on a date. I feel like your wife is somebody that'd be like, okay, it was like, oh yeah, we can just go to McDonald's, just get some ice creams and just talk. Why can't it be that? You know, why can't it just be some simple shit like that? Instead, we have to go to, I don't know, what is that shit, Nobu, and spend over damn near $200. like that's a car note, dude. Like, what are we doing? Another thing is social media, like Snapchat especially. I made a video about this. If a girl has Snapchat on her phone, especially these college age girls, which I'm talking about, Gen Z, these college age girls with Snapchat, especially the white girls, they'll have a fucking list of dudes texting them at all times, sending them streaks, whatever the fuck, right? So with Snapchat, it's such an easy app to cheat with. Like, you can like delete shit. It's very shady, right? So if you're talking to this girl, obviously you're not gonna be exclusive off the first day. You're still kind of building up to that. But in the back of your mind, you're like, oh shit, I'm competing with like 20 other fucking dudes. It's like our grandfathers didn't have to deal with that because they didn't have, social media and things like that. Like the access that we have to other humans is insane. All right. A girl can just pick up her phone. Oh, another guy. Just replace your ass like that. So it's a lot of guys have just said, especially in Gen Z, was like, bro, what's the fucking point? she's just gonna dump me for some dude that has more money than me anyway, right? So I might as well just stick to myself and just build my money up before I fucking go out and try to talk to a girl, because, what's the point? I've always said that you should probably, get your career and your life in order first before you start dating. And that's always been my philosophy. Like, a lot of my friends in college are like, oh, Pedro, why don't you go talk to that girl over there? I'm like, dude, I'm fucking broke as hell. Like, why would what do I have to offer? I mean, obviously, I think I have a pretty good personality. I'm pretty charismatic and I can tell a good joke. I think I'm pretty funny, right? But, other than that, like, in terms of us going on like super expensive dates, like I have to pay my bills first, bitch. Like, I'm not about to take you to damn Texas Roadhouse. Like, bro, we can go to Starbucks. We can go to Starbucks. We can get us some coffees and have a nice discussion, because I'm only a young 20-something, and there's not many of us young 20-somethings that are balling. But I don't know. Eventually, if you stick around, I might be balling later on. So. But a lot of these girls, you'll find they don't want the work in progress. They want the finished product. They want to wait at the finish line for you. And then they want all the things that, you've accomplished and achieved for free without actually having been there since the beginning, which is, it's a sad reality, but I don't know. I'm not judging girls for doing that. It's just, I think for me and for most guys, I'd say they'd want somebody that's, going to be there before they get rich, right? But I don't know. It's not very likely in today's day and age where we have hookup culture and everybody's just so fixated on the thrill of like, oh, I just fuck that dude's bitch. Like, what are we doing? What happened to having honor and doing right by your significant other rather than cheating on them and, going behind their back? Like, at that point, just stay single, because you're not doing anything but just traumatizing that other person, But we're a very selfish generation, extremely selfish. We're very much so like boomers in that aspect, you could say. Another thing is political differences. A lot of Gen Z men and women, we have very differing political beliefs. Gen Z men, we're more so right wing nowadays. Like, a lot of us are just kind of leaning right. And I wouldn't even say we're leaning that much so right. We're just kind of center for the most part. But for the most part, Gen Z women, almost, it seems like 80 to 90% of them are extremely liberal, left-wing, damn near communist. And whenever you try to like talk to a girl, take a girl on a date, like one of these Gen Z women on a date, you're like, oh, you know, I just want a traditional family, you know, man's the head of the household, the wife stays at home and, you know, cooks, cleans, does shit like that. They think you're fucking crazy. You're basically speaking a different language. They don't speak that language nowadays. All these girls in Gen Z, they're all girl bosses. Obviously, you know, there's that percentage of them that aren't that and that want that traditional lifestyle, and I think you'll find those girls, like, they're white women. They're like Southern white women, Southern conservative white women. Those are the types that you'll find that are actually down with that traditional fucking, you know, stay at the house, be a stay-at-home mom, clean, fucking make the home, right? Which is why you see a lot of white women like that married early, because they know that's the key, that's what you want to do, that's what you should strive to be. I think, at least. And this is also why a lot of black men date white women, because a lot of black women nowadays are extremely liberal. Every black woman that I've had an interaction with, whether it be in a sexual manner, relationships, they've all like had the most liberal mindset, the most liberal fucking ideology. And as a guy, for me personally, that wants a traditional lifestyle, you know, traditional life, traditional like marriage, it just doesn't line up with them. I'm not saying I wouldn't date and marry a black woman. I would 100% do that, but we have to be on the same wavelength. If we're not on the same wavelength, then it's not going to work. And I find that, you know, I actually connect way better that are like, you know, conservative, traditional, and just want, you know, house, fucking marriage, kids. That, you know, like, why wouldn't you want that isn't that the fucking American dream, right? So, and I feel like most Gen Z men, real men at least, want that, right? Not saying you're weird if you don't want marriage, because obviously, you know, 50% of marriages end in divorce and them taking your shit anyways, right? So, you're not stupid if you don't want marriage, but I don't know. I just feel like every guy, we just want to have a family. At the end of the day, that's basically what I'm getting at. We want a traditional family where we can come home and we don't have to deal with the fucking social media bullshit, wondering if our girl is like cheating on us or whatever. Fuck, we want security, right? And a lot of girls, they can't really provide that because they're too focused on the next guy. And speaking of that, a lot of girls, I find, whenever you date some of these Gen Z girls, they have very shallow personalities. You'll be entertaining them for a while and they'll be very interested in you, almost as if you're the only thing that they have going on in their life. It's like they hyperfixate on you for so long. And when you hyperfixate on anything in life for a certain extended period of time, you start to get bored with it. You start to get burnt out, right? So that's how fucking cheating happens. These girls, they'll get a guy, you know, the guy will be a good dude. She'll be super interested at first, but once that mystery fades, once that chase fades away, then, you know, on to the next, right? On to the next dude that has that new mystery, that new thrill, that new chase. And the cycle just repeats itself until they're fucking 30 and they're like, oh, I want to settle down even though I have 300 fucking bodies. But then no dude wants them at that point, right? Because they're just used up. Obviously, there's a double standard in our society because, you know, dudes, if a guy fucks a million bitches, he's considered a macho man. He's considered Chad, right? But if a girl gets fucked by like a bazillion dudes, she's considered a whore. And I don't condone being a male whore either. I think it's equally as shameful for a guy to do that, because it's just like, what are you gaining from just having all this casual sex? It's very soulless. And plus, like, the best experiences I've had in relationships and sexually have all been whenever, you know, we actually had feelings for each other. A lot of these shallow people, male and female, they won't be able to understand that because they have the fucking brain capacity of a 2-year-old. But I'm gonna end this video by saying, like, don't rush into any relationships as a Gen Z guy. If you're a Gen Z guy watching this, don't rush into anything. If it's the right person, it's the right person. But a lot of times it's not even love, it's just lust. Right? They're not even really, it's just what I mentioned before. They hyper fixate on you for a certain amount of time, and then they just fucking talk. They literally go through men like fucking toilet paper. They get you, they wipe their ass with you, and then they flush you down the toilet. So it's just like, don't put too much stock in these girls just because they show you a little flash of what could possibly be. But anyway, I'm done talking. It's extremely late at night, and I'm about to go shave my face because I have stubble. So, love you guys. See ya.